From running machines that had two wheels but no pedals, to hand-driven cycles, to the first pedal-powered two-wheelers in 1866, no one could have known how important bicycles would become as a means of transportation, recreation, and sport. Today, more than 1 billion people the world over own bikes. In some countries, they are as integral to transportation and commuting as cars. In other places, they are primarily vehicles of recreation and sport. More than 100 million bicycles are produced every year. Fuji didn't invent the bicycle, but the Fuji brand has been a leader in the industry for 111 years. In the Roaring '20s, Fuji was the most popular bike in Japan for everyday riders, commuters, and racers alike. Bike racing had become popular in Japan. In the '30s, Fuji established the first national stage race between Osaka and Tokyo, called the Tour de Japan. And of course, it was won on a Fuji. Fuji engineers began researching and developing bicycles for world-class racing, both to produce winning designs and to use the racing arena as a laboratory for advancing their technology. The idea was to continually develop faster, lighter, and more durable designs. Since the early '70s, Fuji America has taken the technological innovation trend to a higher echelon. This past decade has culminated in the production of the latest, ultralight carbon fiber racing machines. Since the first bikes Nichibei Fuji developed in 1899, Fuji has been committed to innovation, efficiency, and craftsmanship. Fuji has been committed to being at the forefront of technological firsts. Fuji was the first to utilize double-butted chromoly tubing on popular priced models. In the mid-1970s, Fuji was the first to introduce 12-speed gearing on production bikes. Fuji was the first to develop a high-quality city bike with oversized tires. Fuji was the first to introduce the now legendary Shimano Dura-Ace component group on a production bike. Fuji fielded the first national women's racing team in the United States. Fuji was one of the first companies to manufacture frames with the space-age material titanium. Nichibei Fuji started in the United States with just 3 models in its line. In 1951, Fuji made its first racing bike for Shoichiro Sugihara, who later coached the Japanese athletes at the 1968 Mexico City Olympics and the 1972 Games in Munich. Sugihara saw racing bikes outside of Japan and wanted to improve the Fuji design. But by the time Fuji began selling bicycles in the United States in 1971, they were lighter and better than anything else on the market. All the young bike racers wanted to get their hands on the latest Fuji bike. But what makes Fuji such a special brand isn't just all the wins that have been racked up over the years. It's the people that Fuji has supported in realizing their wildest dreams. Those are the people who have made Fuji a winner. And then there was Carol Addy, who everyone remembers from her iconic Fuji ads. With such a rich history in cycling, where does Fuji stand now? For 2011, there will be major innovations in developing ultralight carbon fiber bicycles. Fuji is returning to its heritage to produce several Nichibei bicycle models, which will once again be manufactured in Japan. And in case you haven't been following men's professional cycling in the past few years, Fuji has had a team in the Pro Tour since 2009. In 2010, the Futon Servetto Fuji team is already off to a great start. And this year will be another impressive first for Fuji, an invite to compete in the Tour de France. Being first isn't everything, but if you're a bike racer, it's the only thing. From first bikes to first racing bikes to first all over the world, Fuji is an integral part of bicycle history.